Hola clase, this video is for you to review for our quiz. If you're a Green Day kid, the quiz will be tomorrow on Friday. If you're a White Day kid, you're going to have this on Monday. Okay, so first thing, you need to obviously review your vocabulary. I'm not going to make a video going over your vocab. You need to do that on your own. There is a good amount of points that can be lost if you don't know your vocab, so make sure that you know it. Okay, imperfect endings. These are just the regular ones, okay? Aba, abas, aba. Abamos, aban is for AR verbs. Ia, ias, ia, iamos, and ian are for ER and IR verbs, okay? So it just conjugates like normal. You drop the end off and add a new ending, okay? Nothing tricky about those ones. Our irregular imperfects, there's only 3 of them. They're pretty easy to know. Ser is era, eras, era, éramos, eran. So these are in the imperfects. This means that there's some sort of past tense. Okay? Ir is iba, ibas, iba, íbamos, and iban. And then ver, to see, is veía, veías, veía, veíamos, and veían. Okay? So this is where it gets kind of tricky. Those you just have to memorize, easy peasy. The basic rules for imperfect versus preterite. Okay? Imperfect is going to be used for ongoing actions. Things like I was walking and interrupted actions. This is when you have both preterite and imperfect in a sentence. So the action that was happening is going to be the imperfect. Like I was talking, that's the imperfect part, when she hit me. That's the preterite part. It puts a stop to the imperfect. Okay, and that's where that drawing that I showed you guys of the squiggly line comes in. The squiggly line would be I was talking, and when she hit me would be that stop in the line that goes down. Okay, so you also always use imperfect with time, age, and weather. That's just one you have to memorize. Time, age, and weather are always going to be imperfect. Emotions, I was sad, or she was happy, things like that. If you ever see siempre or nunca, those are good keys that you're going to be using in perfect. They mean siempre is always, nunca is never. Habitual actions, things that you did over and over, like a habit, or repeated actions. I always ate. Every day I went to school. My friends and I went to the beach every weekend. Okay, those are habitual or habit actions. That's where habitual ties into habit. You can see it right in there in the word. Describing how people or places were in the past. The palace was beautiful. My brother was tall. My sister was a brat. Things like that, okay? Basic rules for preterite are, preterite is the interrupting action. So she was walking is imperfect. When I tripped her, that would be preterite. Because that's a one-time completed action, right? And that leads us right into number 2. Completed actions are going to be preterite. Okay, anything that you've started and finished, it's already done, that's preterite. Actions with a definite beginning and end. The war started in 1452 and ended in 1556. Okay, that would be a preterite verb. Actions done a specific number of times. I went to my mom's house 2 times last week. And then key phrases are ayer, yesterday, in, and then whatever year, like in 1492 or in 1593, things like that, okay? And then esta mañana, this morning, last night, words that give you that idea of a specific beginning of time or specific end of time, those are going to key you into the imperfect verbs. If you are looking for more practice with preterite and imperfect, I would look at page 208 of your textbook, has some good resources for you to look at, or you can go to ClassZone.com, and there's a lot of good practices there. So for the quiz, you need to be able to determine, look at a verb and say, that's preterite or that's imperfect. That should be easy. You know the endings. So if you see an aba ending or an ia ending, you know automatically it's imperfect. Okay, if you see one of our preterite endings, like a preterite is a hasta o almozaron, any of those, you know it's going to be preterite. Okay? You need to be able to do that, and you need to be able to describe why it's preter or why it's imperfect, using one of these rules that we've just gone over on this PowerPoint that I've showed you. And you don't have to know them word for word. As long as you can get the sense, that's fine. So good luck studying. Make sure you study your vocab.